play this as is, and we'll see what happens. Kind of... Well, that was a little aggressive on his part. I kind of want to be on the draw, but I'm going to go ahead and play first, because I have swords in my deck. No, I'm not going to mulligan. I wish we had a 1-drop, but can't always have 1-drop, even though we have 4 of them. Excuse me. Beats. He's just going 1-drop, 2-drop again. Mortar pod. It's not as big a deal. So next turn, I think we go Acidic Slime. Yeah, I think that's the play. We got Finks, but we're at a high enough life total. We don't need to play the Finks. So killing a land, setting him back seems pretty good. I mean, his deck's kind of all over the place. I'm really actually not even sure what his strategy is. Just play a lot of value creatures, I guess, but like, I don't know where Isamaru fits into his deck here. I maybe should have destroyed his green, actually. But it seemed like knocking him off 2 colors was better. But probably should have destroyed his green, actually. Granted, with this fetch, he's probably got the fixing anyway to do whatever he needs to. But I mean, and he probably has more forests. So it's debatable, but probably should have tried to cut off his green, since that seems to be his main color. Or maybe white is, I don't really know. Metamorph, getting an Acidic Slime to destroy a land. That's a thing you can do. The stone? Yeah, I guess that makes sense, maybe. I will go ahead and trade here. There's no reason to take more damage. I think we've got a better late game. Interesting. So Finks here. And then next turn we can Recurring Nightmare our Finks. If he swings with the slime here, I have to take it because he's got the germ, and I really want to be able to Recurring Nightmare. This is unfortunate because he's going to get rid of my Acidic Slime. Well, that sucks. I mean, he could get rid of my Felwar Stone. No. Nope. Alright. So I think we'll start off with Oracle. Go from there. Oops. Did not mean to tap for a mana that would hurt me. Whatever. So I'm going to have Genesis Recurring Nightmare eventually here. Okay. I don't think he's going to... I'm not that afraid of him beating me down, so I don't know what that was about. I don't know why he blocked with the germ there. I guess he figured he wasn't going to get any value out of it. I don't know. Seems like, I mean, he could have held on to it for a while. Oh, that's pretty good. Oh. Yeah, that's pretty good. So what do we do here? Really? You don't get anything on top of ours. We get a Daybreak Ranger. He's getting a Call of the Herd, but he'll probably get to play some lands too. These things are all unfortunate. We can play a Thornling. It's pretty good. I'll let him trade with my Oracle if he wants to. I could play the Genesis instead in case he has a kill spell, because it's better to have Genesis in my yard. But Thornling's pretty sweet. I don't think I want to cultivate here, because I really only want one more land, so... Although maybe I don't want to draw Daybreak Ranger. Of course he hits Runner lands. I can't hit anything, but he hits all lands. Well, anyway. Yeah, I'm still ticked at myself about game 2. I really should just mulligan that hand. But again, I didn't draw any lands that game, so pretty much any hand, if I wouldn't have drawn any lands, then, you know, that would have gone poorly. Thornling. So Thornling can even swing into Baneslayer Angel, since he gets all indestructible. And you can pump him a few times. What you gonna do, buddy? Sure. He doesn't get reach, though. I guess I am a little weak to flyers in this deck. Thrag Tusk. Well, that's pretty awesome. Mad props for that. Okay. That's fine. Alright, so if I blow my Finks to get Thornling, then I could sit back on Thornling to get Indestructible, and I gain 2 life, which is good. Oh yeah, I should play my land. Play a land. Hey, there we go. Now I hit Runner lands. Alright, so what can I do? So I've played my 2 lands for the turn. So I can... Well, he's going to have things to play. You regenerate, you gain 4 life. Interesting. So, I can play Primetime, who's very good. I can play Recurring Nightmare to get back my Thornling. Thornling is also very good. I can Cultivate plus play one of my other guys. I guess it's just got to be Primeval Titan. Who am I kidding? Although, he does get to swing back for a lot. That's the only reason I want to sack the Finks, is to get some life. So if I sack the Finks I gain 2 life. I'm just afraid he's going to have something he could take me out with. Plus he's got the Mortar Pod that I've got to be aware of how much life that can hurt me for. Excuse me. So if I sack the Finks... Yeah, I think I'm actually going to sack the Finks here. Maybe not right. Maybe I'm being a little more cautious than I should be, but... I will get my Thornling back, sacrificing my Finks. Boom. Which I actually could have done that twice, but no, there's nothing I want to sacrifice right now. Yeah, I could have done that twice and gotten my... No, I couldn't have, because my Finks is there. Okay. So I could Cultivate here, or I can play Daybreak Ranger. I think I'll play Daybreak Ranger, because that can kill his Stone Cloaker. Sylvan Library. Puts that in play untapped. That cannot be good for me. Now, Jace. I'm actually less worried about Jace, although he can bounce my Thornling, I guess, or bounce my Daybreak Ranger. Yeah, there's things he could do. That would be a little bit annoying. Sure. Alright. And get a token, sure. Alright. What sorts of things can we do? I've got a Pilgrim on the top of my library that I don't want. So Thordling. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And then I can give him haste. And make him indestructible. And swing at Jace, and he'll just throw a token under the bus. Yeah, that's not great. Though I can give it... If I pay 2 life, I can give it trample as well, but... then he just blocks with 2 tokens. Well, if he blocks with 2 tokens... Yeah, I could... Risky. Alright. So I attack with Thornling. I give it... Okay, so I pay 5 for Thornling. I give it haste, 6. So then I have 1 mana to play with. So I can give it trample, and then if I have another mana, I can overrun it, but it still doesn't. Or if he double blocks, then I can kill both of his tokens by paying 2 life. Yeah, that's okay. Because I think I've got to kill the Jace here. And then I kill his Stonecloaker. Yeah, I think that's okay here. So I think I've got to pay the 2 life. And I kill a Stonecloaker, so I'm not in the worst of positions just yet. And I'm actually okay with it if he kills my Thornling here. Give him haste. And I'm going to swing him at good old Jace. And then how are you going to block? I'm fine if he kills my Thornling, because then I can sack Finks to get him back and then get my Finks back. So he makes that block, which is kind of what I expect. I could have maybe attacked with more things. No blockers. Okay. Sure. Second main. I don't want to do anything. So now I think he's going to try to Mortar Pod me out. I'm going to have to lose some dudes, but that's okay. Doesn't matter, I don't think. I want to get Finks back next turn. Sure. Okay. So how much mana do I have now? 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. Which means I can swing with Thornling. If he blocks, I give it indestructible. Sack Thornlings, get Finks. Sack Finks, get Thornling. If he doesn't block, I can get some dudes. Okay, so I think it starts with me attacking him. I don't want the Ascension to go off. Although, how many do you have to have? 4 or more? Yeah, I'm not too worried with Thornling and all that. But I am still going to swing to make him have to do something. Since it really doesn't cost me anything to swing here. If he doesn't do anything, that's fine. I didn't play any land this turn, no. So that's worthwhile to note for cultivate purposes, but I'm going to be I've got 8 mana. So 5, so I would have 6 mana if I cultivate Recurring Nightmare. But I think that's not what I'm going to do. I'm going to get Finks back instead. Cast Recurring Nightmare. Again. Tapped wrong. Get Thornling, sacrificing Finks, gain 2 life. Tapped wrong because I want to keep green up so I could keep Thornling indestructible. I think I now have to do that, but that means I can't play my Pilgrim. Yeah, wasn't paying attention. Oblivion Ring on my Thornling? Well, that's not very nice. Okay. Block. Sylvan Library, sure. Mortar Pod. Alright. So Genesis costs 5. Avacyn's Pilgrim costs 1. So I think I go Genesis. Cast Recurring Nightmare. Cast Pilgrim. Activate Recurring Nightmare, getting Kitchen Finks back. Oh, and he lets me sacrifice my Pilgrim to get Kitchen Finks. That's fine. These things are acceptable. Yes, you get your counter. You want a prize? Excuse me. Alright, he suits up his Hierarch. But he doesn't do anything with it. Okay. Alright, so now what can I do? I can prime time, cost 6. Or I can Recurring Nightmare to get something back. I think I just need prime time here. Recurring Nightmare the Finks to get back Oracle. Yeah, so I think that's what I start with. Recurring Nightmare Finks, get back Oracle. He's only got one card in hand, although he's got a Sylvan Library. Of course, I shouldn't have tapped like that, but you know. Put a land into play. Play Primeval Titan. Yep, I do wish to use this ability. Let's go Mountain Swamp. Croson Grip on top. Play an Arbor Elf. And now I'll pass the turn. And now that I get Croson Grip on top, I can destroy his Luminarch Ascension. Or get my Thornling back if I want. So I think I've got this in the bag. Excuse me. As long as I get to draw my Croson Grip, sweet. Ooh, and Void. Void is also quite good. Alright. So now what can I do? I can swing with Genesis, Kitchen Finks, Primeval Titan. And he's got some blocks, but he's going to take some damage. Could also Croson Grip, get Thornling. He's got one card in hand. I don't know what that is. Croson Grip, get back Thornling, haste up Thornling, swing with Thornling, and try to swing with everything. Try to see if I can win the game. What does that cost me? 3, 4 mana, that's it. And then whatever I boost with it, and that still gives me the ability to Recurring Nightmare. I think I want to try and kill him. And I don't think I have to worry about his Luminarch Ascension, which means I might as well then go for this. So I will give him haste. Obviously I should have tapped that differently. Okay, nope. Alright, well that wins it. That was a interesting game. I think I could have played it many different ways. I could have played my Titan sooner, but really, like, his deck was so all over the place, I really wondered if he had some burn spells, because it was kind of aggressive. Clearly he didn't. I don't know. His deck was so all over the place, I didn't know what to expect. So I wanted to play around everything, because I felt like in a long game, especially with Recurring Nightmare, as you can see, the power of Recurring Nightmare, I could just start gaining 1,000,000 life off my Finks, or trading an Arbor Elf for any big creature I want, or whatever, you know. You could just go off with it. And if he hadn't taken out our acidic slime out of our yard that one turn, we would have really gone nutty and just destroyed him completely. But he made us play it a little longer. Anyway, alright, thanks for watching round 1. We'll go into round 2 in a minute.